Hello viewers, Ohio Airgun Shooter here. Welcome back to my channel. What you currently see in front of you is the quick piercing system for the Mercury TR50 Torpedo revolver. This acts as the quick pierce and also as the CO2 gas degas. I'm having problems with it leaking. I already did a previous video about the leak. I did take it apart, clean it up really good, put it back together. It seemed to work for the video that I used it for. However, I was getting ready to do another one, and sure enough, as soon as I put the CO2 cartridge in, pierced it, and it started leaking again. I can't figure out why or where. This screw is for the cap. The spring goes in the cap, and then here's the piercing pin, which goes in the valve body here. And over here is a little Allen type screw or plug, and there's like a little gasket on top of it, and that here, this goes in this little hole here, and this sits on top of that, and I guess it kind of blocks this, or I'm not sure exactly how this works, but when you degas this, the spring holds it up. Let me see, there's this little section here, and there's a groove in here. This fits in here like this, and the spring keeps it up, and then you just twist it, and it's supposed to degas it. And then when you release it, it pushes it back out, and then it should hold CO2 gas when you pierce it. Here's the piercing pin. There's a little hole here. I guess that's to help for the release, I guess. There's a little one up here as well. Anybody familiar with these that has ran into this problem? The O-ring in here doesn't look too bad. I mean, looking at the magnifying glass, it looks, I want to say frayed, but it's not completely smooth. However, there's no cracks. I mean, it should seal, I guess, with some, it should still seal, I would assume. I mean, you could try taking a look at it here with the magnifying glass, which I already did. I don't know if it'll focus, but kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Let me see. Where is it? I don't know if I can, if it will focus. Probably not. But there's no cracks. I mean, I would assume it would still seal. I mean, it could be bad. Yeah, it won't focus. Let me closer vision, view with this, if it will, but let me see. Yeah, just typical, just with your camera phone there. Yeah, I just can't get it. It's about the best. Might get it. Maybe a little bit more light. But it really doesn't look that bad. So I don't know what the exact problem is. So I tried replacing that. This had a little piece of metal that was sticking up. I cleaned it and then just kind of smoothed it out a little bit. But I just don't know what this exactly is. I mean, this piece, I guess it's a gasket, and it's just sitting on the top like that. But anyways, it goes in here. Now when I removed it, this piece was kind of just stuck in there. I had to push it out. So I don't know if this is part of this, if this is something that's just causing something to stick to where it continues to leak. Should I put some Teflon tape around the threads here, put it back together and see if that works? Should I just try to change out the O-ring while I have it apart? But yeah, as you can see there, it's a simple design. I mean, this O-ring's fine. It doesn't seem to be leaking around here. I went to the Mercury website to see if they had any replacement the quick piercing systems knobs, but I didn't see anything. So I mean, anybody know anywhere I could find one of these? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have an extra one, but if I could repair this one, like I said, I cleaned it up really good, oiled it up, put it back together. It worked for a video that I did, and then, like I said, I went to go try to pierce CO2 cartridge for a video that I was going to, another video, and it just started leaking again. I know it's not when I released the gas, because it seems to, just contain that part. It's just when what you see in front of you here is the quick pierce system slash degasser for the Mercury TR50 Torpedo revolver. And the problem that I'm having with it is it leaks every time I pierce the CO2 cartridge. The degasser seems to seal just fine. When it first started to leak, if I would have just tightened it a little bit more, make sure that the degas was completely shut off, it was fine. But I went to go use it for another video, pierced the CO2, and it just started to leak, and I couldn't get it to shut off. So I took it apart, cleaned it up really well, put it back together, and it held. There was a little tiny leak, but it held enough to where I could use it for, shoot it a few times for the video that I wanted to do. Anyhow, went to pierce another CO2 mag or CO2 cartridge for another video, and it just started leaking again, and I couldn't get it to stop. So here it is, took it apart again. Here you got the screw for the cap, and then the spring here, and then you got the piercing pin, the valve body, and then this little plug, like it has an Allen head, and it screws in the side here, and it has this little gasket that sits on top of it. When I first took it apart, right here, there's a little groove. There's a groove in the cap, and then this little part here, fits in there, seats in there, sits in there, and that allows you to twist. And then the spring, it's just has a spring tension, and you can twist it and release the gas. But there was a little piece of metal that was sticking up, so I filed that down, smoothed it off. But I don't think that had anything to do with the leak, because I did that the last time, and like I said, it worked for the video that I did. But there was a tiny leak you could hear, but it wasn't really bad. But when I went to go pierce it again, it just a really bad leak. So I don't know. I mean, this little piercing pin has 2 holes. I don't know if any one of these has anything to do with the degas. Let me see. But this little gasket, again, sits on this piece here. This screws in there. If you accidentally push it in, screw it in too far, it will rest against this, and it won't have the free movement to pierce. But I don't know if this piece actually goes to this, if it's because it was stuck in there when I pulled it out. Matter of fact, the first time it was actually inside the body here, kind of stuck on this. So I don't know if this gasket even belongs to this, if it's just something, but it sits just on the top here. And I guess it's supposed to keep this plugged, but I don't know exactly what to do here. The O-ring seems to be fine. Looked at it with my magnifying glass. I mean, it's a little rigid, but there's no cracks. It doesn't seem like there's any gaps. I mean, I could try replacing that. I don't have any like this, but I do have some black ones, and I think they're I should have about the same size. I got a whole kit of O-rings. This one's fine. I mean, I could try replacing this one as well. It just feels like it's coming out of this, because when I had it in there, tightened, with the degas off, I could feel a little bit of escaping around the edge there. So maybe I should try to replace. I mean, this one looks good. But I can't find a replacement for this anywhere. But I want to fix it. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look that bad inside here, the O-ring. Just seems like it's coming out on the side here. And I don't have it if it has anything to do with this gasket piece. Should I put some Teflon tape maybe around the screw and see if that helps? But anybody else have a problem with their quick pierce for the Mercury TR50 Torpedo revolver? I know there's some YouTubers out there that deal specifically with a lot of the Mercury products. Any help would be beneficial. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I can get this sorted out.